Hi everyone, it's Krista and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new, hi again. So this is my channel. I love doing all kinds of DIYs, home decor. I also love doing thrift flips, and I also love to make wreaths. I love to do everything on a budget, so everything I make is very affordable. And if you like what you see here, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button. Also, leave me a comment. I love to hear what you guys think, and give me a thumbs up. It helps my channel. And also, I am on Instagram if you'd like to follow me there. The link will be down below, and Pinterest. I also have a wreath shop. It's called Krista's Wreath Designs. It's an Etsy shop. I'm going to have that link down below as well. But today is all about Oops, I Did It Again. It is hosted by my 3 friends, 6 Kids in a Glue Gun, Rustic and Lace, DIY, and Crafty Hints. So it's all about redoing something that we did before, a DIY that we've done before, and we redo it and make it look even better. So this is the first one. Now, this is how they looked out before. And I knew when I took them out of the box, I'm like, oh, these are a mess. I need to redo them. And this was back when I was first doing DIYs, so I wasn't really good at what I was doing. So it was really cute though. They're the little terracotta pots that you get from Dollar Tree, and I had the little stick bunny feet, and then I had their little bunny butts in there that you get from the Dollar Tree. But I didn't like the color of the terracotta pots, and I wanted to make them look really like more realistic. So what I did is I painted them white. And then I went in with my antique wax by Waverly, and I did a dry brush. So I like that look. I love the rustic look. So that is what I did with them. And if I went a little too heavy in some spots, which I did do, so when you're dry brushing, if you go a little heavy in some spots, you just go back in with your white and dry brush over it with your white paint. And that will tone it down and make it look more natural and, really nice. So that's what I'm doing here. I went a little heavy in some spots, so I go back with my dry brush, my little brush, and I just went over it a little bit with the white. Easy, so simple to do. So then I already had the, I didn't have styrofoam in these. It's so funny. I had bags, and I filled the bags to make it, so that I didn't have to put in so much Spanish moss to fill it up. So what I did is this time I put in some craft floral foam from the Dollar Tree, and I glued them down inside the pots. And then I put this Spanish moss over them because I'm going to put some florals in this one this time, as well as this one little bush that I got a long time, I think it was last year at the end of the summer. They were selling everything was 90% off, 80% off, and I purchased a few things for this year. So I got these little ball things with the grass on them. I don't know what they're called. And so I stuck some of those in because I wanted to look like the bunny was really digging into a garden for carrots. So I used a couple of these, and then I had this one little piece that I got. The leaves actually look like lettuce leaves. I don't know. That's what they look like to me. So I used those and put them inside the pot as well. So these are the leaves I was talking about. I don't know. They just reminded me of some type of vegetable. Leaf, I don't know. So then I just stuck those in there as well, just to fill it up a little more, make it look a little bit like the bunny's really digging in there to get his carrots. They actually could look like the top of carrot leaves too. So anyways, so then once I got that all done, Dollar Tree came out with these new carrots. They're not the carrots that are wrapped in that twine, that orange twine, jute twine or whatever it is. Now they look they look really rustic, and they look like a Christmas tree brush, only more realistic, not like the Dollar Tree Christmas tree brushes. I don't know. You'll see them in a minute, but they come in a package of 2. So I bought a couple packs this year because I really liked them. They look really rustic, and they worked perfect in these pots. So you'll see in a minute. These were really easy to make, you guys. I know they were already made. I just redid them, and I think these turned out a lot better than the way they first looked. But you guys will have to let me know. So these are the carrots, and like I said, they're really cute. I like them a lot. And they're like a deeper orange color, and I liked that too. And they had like a little twine bow on the top, which was nice, and a little bit of grass sticking out the top of them. So I thought these were great, perfect for this type of DIY. And yeah, and then I stuck the feet back on, my little sticker feet, bunny feet, which you could get these at Dollar Tree this year too. They have them. And I just stuck them on the bottom in the pot, and that's it for this DIY. So here's a little bit of a close-up. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think. I think it looks a lot better. So like I said, this is all about Oops, I Did It Again. And we're creating a few DIYs that we've done in the past, and we're recreating them. And these are a great hosts. I told you their names, and their links are going to be down below for their channels, plus a whole playlist of everyone who's joining in. So make sure you check everybody out. So second DIY, I took this thing. I don't know what I was thinking when I made this last year. But anyway, I pulled everything out and I redid it. Now, I'm not going to use both of these crates. I'm only going to use one. So I had to try and pull it apart. And I glued these so good that they didn't want to come apart. But I did get them apart. And one, I actually ruined it. So, but I only needed one anyway, so it was okay. So what I did is I went in and I went over these with a white chalk paint by Waverly. And these were dry brushed in white. And I mean, they were fine the way they were, but I wanted to give them a fresh new look. So I just went over them with the brush really lightly. I left, not too heavy with the white. And then I came in with some deer moss from the Dollar Tree. And I put that inside. I kept the floral foam in there because, of course, I'm going to put some florals in there. And then I'm going to use this little grass bunny that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to stick him in there. And we're just going to make like a little bunny garden. And I just went through all my picks, like from the Dollar Tree, everything I had basically in my stash. And most of these picks were in the other one that you saw me pull them out. So I did reuse a lot of them. Some I didn't, but I did reuse a lot of them. And then once I got the florals the way I wanted them, and I really love these floral picks from last year from the Dollar Tree. I'm not sure if they have any this year, but I had so much left over that I've been using them up this year in a lot of my DIYs. So then after I did all that, I decided to take one of these eggs. Dollar Tree has these really cute eggs out this year that have twine on them. I think they're really nice looking, high end, a lot better than the styrofoam. Well, I mean, they are styrofoam, but they don't look it with the twine on them. And then I stuck a little styrofoam egg in there that I had in my stash as well, a yellow one. And I made this little bunny garden. I think it turned out so cute. And then I took this Happy Easter sign that I got from Hobby Lobby. I think you get a pack of 3 for like $2.99. And I just painted it pink and I glued it on the front of my little crate. And that was it for this DIY. Super easy, you guys. I love redoing stuff. I always redo stuff every year. So this was a great idea, putting this together. So now on to DIY number 3. Now this one was a wreath, and I love wreaths. I have my own wreath shop. I told you guys in the beginning. So this was my first attempt at a wreath. And it was terrible. I mean, I don't like it. But anyway, I took it apart. I took everything off of this. And I did this on one of the wreaths from the Dollar Tree that are like that bamboo. And I just ripped everything off. So I ended up keeping the purple tulips that were there, but I got rid of all these leaves and I got rid of the yellow tulips. I didn't throw the yellow tulips out because I will use them in another DIY. But I did get rid of all the leaves because they were just terrible. And when I ripped them off, they were just awful looking. So I got rid of those, and I just decided to redo this whole wreath. Being that now I do a lot of wreaths, and I love the way they look, I just wanted to redo this one. So what I did is I took one of these picks from, this is from Hobby Lobby. They're only $2.99, these picks, and when you get the 50% off, guys, that's a good deal. So these you could use as your base, okay, to fill up your wreath. and make it look really full. So what I did is I start sticking these in, and I did cut the bush apart quite a bit. And then I just kind of formed them to like my liking so that they fit on the wreath correctly. And then I just glue the little stem and then stick them in. Now I prefer a grapevine wreath now. I don't really care for these kind of wreaths, but this turned out pretty cute, so I like it. This won't be in my wreath shop though. I wouldn't sell this in my wreath shop. I like to do more a lot more high-end stuff I use to make my wreaths because I want it to be a really good product for my customers. So I kept this one just for myself, and it's hanging up in my kitchen. And I think this little wreath is perfect for like in a kitchen or like on a door somewhere in your house, hanging up. So that's what I did with this one. So I'm just still picking apart this greenery, and I'm just going to keep sticking it in. I'm just going to keep gluing it and sticking it in the wreath so that it stays, and this just gives it more support. And I'm going to keep going down in like that moon shape where you start from the top and then come around towards the bottom. And I'm going to leave a little bit of this wreath form showing on the side because I think it's pretty and I like that. I like to show my wreath a little bit. And I'm just sticking in little pieces then wherever I see that it needs to be filled a little bit. That's what you do. And then you just make sure you glue it in so it stays put and it's not falling out. Especially with these wreaths because it's a little bit more of an opening than it is with the grapevine wreaths. So you really want to make sure you glue them down good. And then what I did is I came up the other direction too with the leaves. And I just, like I said, I just filled in any spots that I saw that needed to be filled. Now, like I said, I'm going to use the purple tulips that were in this wreath in the beginning. And I'm also going to bring in some $1.99 tulips that you could get at Michael's right now. And they have these pretty ones that are like a green tone to them. A really light green with some white and then a little bit of pale yellow. And I think they're so pretty. I love the colors. And I mixed those in, which you'll see in a minute, with the purple tulips. So this is a really easy wreath to do to start with. Like if you're not used to doing wreaths, this is a great beginner wreath to do for like as far as like a grapevine wreath would go. But I mean, you could go ahead and use a grapevine. I only use this because I'm redoing it. But like if normally I would use a grapevine. So, but if you want to go to Dollar Tree and get one of these wreaths and do it this way, go right ahead. I mean, this turned out really super pretty. I love the way it looks. So it would be great to have in anybody's home, I think. And I took these picks that were already apart. This was a bush that I bought of these purple ones because I do remember that. And I think I got them at Walmart. And what I did is I just took the ones that were apart already and I just stuck them in 3 different spots on my wreath. So I kind of separated them a little bit because I knew I was going to come in with the other tulips and going to stick those in as well. So once I stuck these in and I liked where they were placed, then I took them out again and I hot glued them. I do that a lot because I mess around with my wreaths so much now to make sure they look full and nice, and I just keep playing with it. And that's the key here, is just keep playing with it until you get it the way you like. Because sometimes it's hard to stick these florals into these wreath forms. And like I said, now I'm going to come in. Now, these were also on that same pick with the purple tulips. So these were separate already on the other in the beginning, the wreath. So now I'm just sticking them in between. So they're kind of like filling in spots that are kind of looking empty. And these are like your fillers, is what you would call them. And I'm just going to stick those in together. And just move them around until I get them the way I like them. And then there was another one, so I'm going to stick that one. Because see that big space right there that you see? We're going to cover that up with this one. And that's what I did there. And then what I did is I came in with some of those. Now, I kept all this in for you guys so you guys could see how exactly I do my wreaths. And then I'm coming in with some of those yellow and white and like that green color, real pale colors, beautiful for Easter, an Easter wreath, or even spring. I mean, you could keep this up for spring. You'll see at the end I do put an Easter sign on here, but I could always take it off. So, because all I do is tie it on, so you can always take it off, and then you have a spring wreath for all spring too. And then I just stuck some baby's breath in this as well, because I just felt like it needed more filling. So, to make it look like more full is what I'm trying to say, not filling, fuller. And I stuck the tulips down as well, glued them in, made sure they were nice and snug in there and weren't going to fall out. And then I went in with the baby's breath and I glued those down as well. In 3 different spots, I think I put the baby's breath as well. So you kind of see how I'm just making my little, you know, line of florals and the other flowers and stuff that I'm putting in here, and the baby's breath, and it's just kind of like making a really pretty line on the one side. And then you still have the beautiful wreath still showing on the other side, which I really like that too. So once I get these all glued down, then I decided to use this little hat. It's called Hoppy Easter. So there it is, you guys. I think it looks so pretty. It came out really nice. And then this Hoppy Easter sign, which is Hoppy Easter. I think I got this for 98 cents at Dollar General. So I'm just going to use this. It's just a regular plain old sign. And nothing special. And I just glued on a pipe cleaner. And I stuck a little piece of felt on there so that that pipe cleaner would stay secure. And it will keep my sign secure on my wreath. And then I just stuck those little... sorry, that's my dog, you guys. He's old. My poor baby dog. He's so old. And he chokes a lot. And then I just stuck the pipe cleaners through the wreath where I could find a spot. And then I just pulled it on the other side. And then I just tied these really tight. And then cut those pipe cleaners off. And then that was it for this DIY. So I hope you guys like everything. And don't forget to check everyone out. And I want to thank you guys for watching. And as always, remember, stay crafty. Bye.